Thank you again for joining the Emancipate Show. I'm your host, Kel. I just wanted to say a lot of things we create and we never get our props for. And my video here is to pretty much bring light to these things that happen and they fly under the radar and we don't get our proper flowers for. The two people I'm going to go over today is Little Richard and what's the other guy name? What's his name? Roy Hamilton, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it should be Roy Hamilton, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So the first guy I want to talk about today, you see, this guy right here, that's Paul McCartney from the Beatles. It says Beatles, Paul McCartney praises Jamaican reggae, a great culture. As you know, the Beatles, Paul McCartney was a part of the Beatles. But did you know who gave Paul McCartney and the Beatles their first gig, or even brought them to the world when nobody wasn't even giving them the opportunity to even grace the stage or look out for them? This guy never even once mentioned them. This guy never even came up in the documentary. This is why the Emancipate Show is here to bring light to things like these, because we're here to teach people and bring people history up and give black people their proper etiquette, their proper respect, and their flowers. Check this out.
I gave the Beatles their start. In 1962, I went to Europe.
A lot of people still don't know that.
Yes, it hasn't been publicized like it should. You know,
All right.
I took the Beatles on this tour. They was making $50 a week a person. God bless the Beatles, and he did. I used to have to buy their steaks every day when we had steak.
Yeah.
John Leonard would come up and make all these big bills, and I had to pay them. I had the Beatles, I had Jerry and the Pacemakers, and a group called the Swingin' Blue Jeans. I had Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones. He made his first tour. Nobody never heard of these people.
Do these people send you a Christmas card?
They send me more than Christmas cards. They're my friends. You know, I really
They are
don't
your
want.
friends.
I don't want anything from them. All I want them to do is to spread what they got from me. You know, God gave it to me, and they got it from me. So just carry the good word over the world. That's all.
wish
I don't
they
want
would.
nothing. I just want them to do what's right. Like James Brown, he was my singer in my band.
Okay.
I gave the Beatles their start.
All right. This guy, Elvis Presley, right? Moving on to him now. Now, as you know, he stole a lot of shit from black people. A whole lot. Like his whole shit was pretty much black people. This guy should give black people he should give black people his publishing. But yeah, he stole a lot of stuff from us. And I'll give you a little summary. Check his moves out. And you tell me where his moves comes from. Right? Best dance move. Check this out. I don't want to play the sound. Oh, Elvis and his moves. Ooh, these moves look familiar. Oh, those foot movements look real familiar. I wonder where he got them from. Mm. Mm. Oh, man, Elvis was in the lab studying these ninjas move. That's J Lost Rod. Why black people could never get their proper credit. Okay, I had enough of him. Let's see where he got them shits from. From the real king of soul. Now, as you know, a lot of people take their moves from James Brown, Prince, Michael Jackson, but they all gave him his flower. Prince is heavily inspired from James Brown and a lot of other people. Look at this guy right here. Look at this guy. Damn. Look at his foot move. Look at the foot move. Look at the foot move. Ooh. Them foot moves Elvis got look surely familiar. hmm He was in the lab studying, cooking up a recipe of what we got. Look at those foot moves. hmm Yeah. And anybody want to come at me, please get your receipts. Because a lot of these guys took their style from James Brown, Mike, Prince, a whole bunch of other guys. But guess what? They said, yo, I learned from the King of Soul, James Brown. Now we're going to go over to where Elvis got his voice from now.
Okay, let's cut one.
His musical hero, seen here in a
Roy
rare
Hamilton.
movie appearance, was Roy Hamilton.
That's Roy Hamilton right now. Put some
An
volume on it.
obscure R&B singer who greatly influenced Elvis's vocal style.
Elvis. Influenced him. You mean took his style.
Roy had a record called I'm Gonna Hold On Tight and Don't Let Go.
Well, I won't stop for $1,000,000.
Sound like Elvis, right?
I just hold it tight and don't let go.
Oh, I don't let go. Oh,
All Roy Hamilton.
Elvis goes, that's going to be the bottom part of my voice.
Mm-hmm.
And Elvis just grabbed it, okay?
Who do you think when your house says you look, I'm in love. Come on, shut up.
Never had this style. Took the black man, capitalizing it. Never brought up
Hamilton
in
had
Elvis
managed to
documentary.
extend his career by abandoning the youthful energy of his early R&B hits for a measured string of ballads aimed at a more mature audience, as he demonstrates here in the movie Let's Rock.
Man, Elvis sounds almost like it. This guy was making ballads for more of a mature audience.
My father was an amazing balladeer. He had
Now
a
his
great
son,
operatic.
his son should have been saying Elvis took my father's shit, but they probably gave him a check, so he ain't gonna lash out now call Elvis peoples out for stealing his shit.
Gospel type style. A big booming voice.
Elvis did this back over
If
too.
Hamilton could do this, why not Elvis? So it was to the later Hamilton that the king looked for his own second coming. On the 10th of September 1967, Elvis booked into RCA's Studio B in Nashville with his producer Felton Jarvis to record the Rodgers and Hammerstein ballad You'll Never Walk Alone,
Yep,
which had been a hit for Hamilton back in the 50s.
yeah. And then Elvis took it, made his own version. Might I add. You couldn't even tell they were in the lineup. The clip is from BBC production titled Elvis Rebirth the King.
What I think Elvis took from my father is
Soul.
the big sound, the big voice, a strong vibrato, that gospel flavor. He just kind of adapted that style, and it worked.
Okay, let's cut one.
Now, I never seen any Elvis documentary, and they got a new movie out with him. Where is it? I don't know where it is. Where is it? They got a new movie out with them. This is it right here. Austin Butler, Tom Hanks. I'm probably gonna check it out, but I'm pretty sure it's not in it. You'll never see like black people getting their flowers for shit that the Beatles stole. Like the Beatles got put on. They never mentioned Little Richard, right? Never mentioned. They never mentioned Little Richard at all. Elvis stole his voice from Roy Hamilton. Never mentioned about that at all. All I'm trying to say is that it would be nice for you folks to give white people their flowers. Nothing wrong with that. Give black people their proper etiquette, like Pac would say. Give them their flowers. You guys stole so much shit from us, our invention, our voice, our dance move, our culture, everything. These people want to own and take and make it their own. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, check the Elvis documentary out. and check out the Beatles documentary. I think they have a documentary too. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks again for joining the Emancipate Show. I was gonna do something else different. I was gonna cover a different topic, but I was like, you know what? I don't want this to get glossed off. I want to put this out there so people could actually see it. I don't care if this should even get any views. All I want to know, I want to get this information out there for Roy Hamilton and Little Richard to get their proper respect. Beatles, you need to say thank you. Paul McCartney, Michael Jackson actually bought the rights for the Beatles. Him and him was beefing with it for whatever reason because Michael didn't want to sell it back. And Michael later on died. This guy's still here anyway. Yeah, Elvis died too from overdose. So you guys need to give these folks, Little Richard and Elvis and Little Richard and Roy Hamilton, their proper etiquette.